Y'all hoes be weak in the knees. Stand up. Stand up. What's going on, world? It's your girl, Emmy here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my bedroom. And welcome back to another episode of me. I'm still playing around with the intros. I don't really know if this is what I'm gonna stick with, but it's what I've been using lately, so I might continue. But clearly, if you clicked on this video, you already know what's going on. It's the Mars series. So let me just kind of break down what Mars represents in astrology. So let me just get right into just understanding what Mars represents in astrology. Mars is a planet of action, and it basically tells us how you go about getting the things that you want. It's what distracts you, it's what motivates you. It definitely does have an element of your overall energy, passion, and drive. Think about Mars in mythology. Mars is a planet of war, so it definitely does have those elements to it, aggression even. There's also a sexual energy, your overall sexual energy. It can show what you're attracted to. I'm mainly focusing in this series about the instinctual and ego side of Mars, but Mars is the planet of sex. So sex and aggression, right? But yeah, I think that's straight to the point. I think you get it. So let's just move on to the next sign. Okay, so Mars in Libra. So Mars in Libra is detrimented. Detrimented means that Mars does not like to be in Libra. What Libra represents and what Mars represents, they're not really seeing eye to eye. Libra is the opposite of Aries. Aries is ruled by the planet Mars. Libra is ruled by the planet Venus. So completely different concepts here, right? Libra is the scales, the scales. So they naturally want to see both sides. They are one that takes time to make a decision, and they naturally want to keep the peace, right? People who have a Libra Mars, they're probably very composed, very sweet, maybe even have a very poised demeanor. Libra wants to be well liked or is well liked because they know how to make themselves well liked. So they might even kind of tweak themselves in different settings. Like they know how to read the room, they know how to read the vibe of the room, and just kind of they know what would add to the space, or they know how to role play for the space, if that makes sense. They have a very subtle approach, like I mentioned, because they don't really like to be direct with things or too direct with things, especially when it comes to things making decisions in their relationships or just anything really regarding relationships. So they're very subtle with it. They crave balance. They need things in the world to be balanced. They want to keep things fair. They want to make sure things are fair in their world, and they will stand up for or speak out when something isn't fair or is unjust or is unbalanced. I feel like Libra Mars, or really any Libra placements, they may get underestimated just because they're very sweet. Because you're so friendly and easygoing, I feel like people, it could get interpreted for weakness. And they're really good, Libras, they're really good at hiding what they're thinking. And they're really good at hiding what they're thinking, and they're really good at reading people. And because you guys are even though you do stand up for other people, I feel like because you can be very agreeable, people might see that as you're unable to stick up for yourself, which is not the case, but it may be perceived that way by other people. I feel like more of a Libra rising maybe. But let me know if that resonates. Comment down below if that resonated with you or if it didn't. What I mean is people, we live in a world that doesn't really value or understand niceness, and there isn't a lot of genuine people anymore. So I feel like when people see that, they may not understand it. You may also attract a lot of narcissistic people or people who need to be needed, just like people taking advantage of your niceness. So I think really just being mindful of, the people that you attract, and if any people that may be making you feel any of those things that I just listed. So confrontation is really hard for Libra placements. Mars is a planet of, action and aggression, right? So Mars likes to be very upfront and direct. It wants to communicate how it's feeling in that moment, which is one of the things that makes a Libra Mars detrimented, because it doesn't want to do these things. So Libra Mars can clearly be, a con would be being a little bit passive aggressive, or maybe even waiting too long to confront something or someone. I feel like Libra placements, they rather complain to everybody around them, or go to this person and tell them what's going on, rather than just going up to the person and having a conversation about it directly. It is an air sign, so it is an overthinker. It is a lot of mental energy that is being taking place with the Libra Mars. So you do fear conflict, and also probably have not quick to take action. You may even have and avoidant attachment style. If you don't know what that is, maybe I'll post like a picture of the description. But yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about Libra placements is don't come at me 3 months later like, okay, I'm finally ready to talk, or like, you made me feel like this and I don't like it. Like, no, people don't want to hear that. Like, people want to have the conversation when they're ready to have the conversation. Unless you're talking to somebody who's also avoidant, then y'all can just avoid shit together. Libra Mars, like I said, Mars is the planet of aggression and action, anger even. So this placement isn't really the type to get angry. Yeah, like it would take a lot to get them angry. And if you ever see a Libra Mars angry, then you probably are in the wrong, just because it takes a lot for them to get there. So you must have done something or really pushed a button to get them there. So maybe just take a look at why they're mad, because you must have done something. They care a lot about what people think about them. They're not the type to hurt your feelings, so they may like even say little white lies to make you feel better, or you know, keep the peace, you know, just to keep people happy. You know, they're the type to do that. Yeah, they want people to like them, so they'll tell you what you want to hear. Libra is ruled by the 7th house, the house of relationships. So codependency can be a con of a Libra Mars, I guess. They're the happiest when they're in a relationship, which isn't not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. That's not what I'm saying. But what I don't like is that I've noticed with Libras is like they'll keep people around until they find somebody better. So like stringing people along. And then just like completely leaving that, or like ghosting that after that. And in friendships as well, like, you know, have one best friend, find somebody that they feel like they click with better, and then find somebody else. That's what I don't like. I think that's not fair to people. But would you ever confront them and have a conversation about what you did? No. You may also, codependency, right? So you may even value other people's opinions and thoughts over your own. You may put a lot of value. Let me not say you overvalue, but you may put a lot of value in what other people say and think. You may value your friends and family's opinion a little too much, you know, when it comes to making a decision for something, or like, it's like, what do you think I should do, option A or option B, and kind of like asking the 10 closest people to you, A or B, and then making a decision. So yeah, which I get to some extent, but yeah, I don't know. I just think like you should do what you want or what you prefer, but it's the making a decision thing that's just hard for y'all. People pleasing is definitely another thing. Like I mentioned already, saying little white lies, adjusting yourself. I feel like Libras can even have a hard time finding themselves, because they're constantly like altering themselves a little bit for different people. So I feel like that can I feel like, you know, if you're in a few different friend groups and you're a different person in like 4 different friend groups, I feel like that may make it difficult for you, and you know, at the end of the day, to really just understand like who you are at your core. But that's just a side note, I guess. I don't think that will really relate with everyone. But yeah, decision fatigue, you may have a hard time making decisions. And that's what I meant by like asking people like that are closer to you, even being indecisive. I think some things that may help with that are like, you know, doing more things on your own, not being afraid to say no to people. Maybe start with small things, you know, no, I don't need that extra helping. No, I can't come out, you know, small things. And to not give a fuck about what other people think. Like, you could really learn from Aries in that sense, where they just do, you know, they just do, and they are, and they're very confident in themselves, and they stand up. Stand up. Y'all hoes be weak in the knees. Stand up. Stand up.
Y'all be weak in the knees. Stand up. Stand up.
But yeah, that's all I have for a Libra Mars. Don't forget to like this video and comment and let me know if it resonated with you. Let me know if I forgot anything. Let me know, you know, what I forgot. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. The next video is Scorpio. Okay, bye.